What's going on? Do you see that sign? Today we are checking out the Grove at Boyd Station. We are on McFee Road. This direction is headed towards 40. McFee Park is right over here. And we are going to drive around and check out the Grove at Boyd Station. So this is a Saddle Brook community. Prices here starting in the 800,000s. So you've got several options. One option is to build a house that is just Saddle Brook built. It's essentially a spec home like this guy right here. This one right there. And I will give you details for that one. Look at the views, by the way. Beautiful. And the other option is to get a lot and build your own, like what you want. Pick your floor plan. Then once you pick a floor plan, essentially what you'll do is they will let you know, there's the greenway access. They will let you know which floor plan that you choose, like which lot will it fit on, because not all houses fit on every lot. So for example, say you're doing a 3-car garage, it's gonna have a different footprint than just a 2-car garage, or if you're gonna do a house with a basement, or it really just depends on the size of the house, what lot it fits on. Something that's cool about Saddle Brook, it is different in some of the other builder types in that you're not looking at 2 identical homes right next to each other. What I love about the Grove at Boyd Station that we're driving through is, as you can see, you've got the mountains. The camera does not do this justice. It is beautiful. So all of these are lots here. Some are sold, some are available. And then you have a second piece of the Grove at Boyd Station, which includes townhouses that are really nice. They are in the high 600s and up. I've been in them. This is the male common space and will also be your pool area, so that's really nice. Notice that you do have sidewalks in this neighborhood, which is a hallmark of Farragut new construction. But here are the townhouses, and again, these are all kind of different layout. Well, different on the outside. They're about just over 2,000 square feet, and then again in the high 600s. Currently 679. I believe is the lowest price point for those. This is just a good combination of both luxury townhouses as well as homes. So you kind of have every kind of stage of life client or buyer, which means this neighborhood is going to have just an abundance of all kinds of people, which we love that. So yeah, this is the Grove at Boyd Station. Super nice. And again, you've got some great views coming into the neighborhood. And then you do have, I also want to point out that the lots here overall feel mostly flat. Now there's a couple that are not flat, but when it comes to East Tennessee real estate, these are pretty flat. Like these back here, these are all flat lots. So essentially, as I said, you can tell like these lots are all sold. But what you do is you go to the floor plan. There is a model home. So you can come to the model home and you can check out like kind of the quality of what Saddle Brook builds if you are not familiar with that, but you can also get an idea of some of the different options. And essentially, if you look at a Saddle Brook floor plan, so if you were to go to the Grove at Boyd Station website and you were to look at their floor plans, what you will notice is you've got like a standard floor plan, which is the main one. Oop, there's water view. So these houses back here are gonna have water views, which is amazing. And actually, these townhouses on this back side, they look over the water, so it's kind of cool. But anyways, essentially, if you look at a floor plan for Saddle Brook, you're gonna see the standard plan is like the top 3/4 of the page. At the bottom, there's gonna be some other options. So for example, there might be like a garage bump out. There might be the ability to do a 3-car garage. There might be the ability to bump out what would just be unfinished attic space into an additional bedroom upstairs. And then once you pick your lot, once you pick your floor plan and you sign on the dotted line, you put your deposit down, put your earnest money in, then things get rolling. You're looking at about 7.5 months to complete the build. But the next step is you meet with the design center And that's where you pick all of your finishes. So these are custom in the sense that you truly get to put in them what you like, unless of course you purchase a property that has already been completed, like the one I pointed out, and it's actually, we're going to pass by it again. Like this, for example, is already done. That's one that Saddlebrook built as a pre-construction with their own choices. So that is the Grove at Boyd Station. Just some things to think about when it comes to considering the Grove at Boyd Station. So a couple things. Number one, some you can get right now, they're for sale, no changes made. The other option is you pick one of 14 plans, and from those 14, they each have like 3 different styles. And then from there, they each have, 3 other options. So anything from 2,500 to 3,500 square feet, and 3-car garages are available. So essentially what you're wanting to do is kind of think about what you need in terms of a floor plan, but also if you want a 3-car garage, that's going to tell you certain lots you can and cannot build on. What's kind of cool about the Grove at Boyd Station is you do have lots with beautiful mountain views, stunning mountain views. So just kind of keep that in mind. It is a bit larger than Meadows on McFee. The Meadows on McFee properties and homes are overall a smaller footprint. So if you're wanting smaller, not as high of a price point, but you're still wanting that Saddlebrook, you're wanting that area, then you want to go across the street to Meadows McFee. So go check out that video if you're thinking you maybe want a smaller neighborhood, if you don't require the amenity of a pool, things like that. Meadows on McFee could be a good option for you. But what's cool about the Grove at Boyd Station is you have the Grove at Boyd Station, which are single family homes, and then you've got the Grove Towns, which are kind of just in one portion of the neighborhood, and our luxury townhomes. Those are starting in the 600s. If you are wanting to be in the Grove at Boyd Station in a single family home, the website says 800,000. My understanding is it's closer to 900,000. So this is as of April 8th. So I could be way off, but I think 800,000 is a very conservative number. That would be like, you're not making you're taking the base model as is, which is still a beautiful home, and still includes things like tile in the bathrooms and wet spaces. It still includes 9 feet ceilings downstairs, crown molding downstairs, things like that. So just want to point that out to you. Something that's also cool about the Grove is the amenities do include your community pool. You've got a clubhouse, a pavilion, and you also have sidewalks and streetlights. Now, something that's interesting when you're thinking about, okay, a Saddlebrook property maybe in Hardin Valley versus in Farragut. Farragut has different rules when it comes to setbacks and sidewalks. Hardin Valley does not have that. It's like a 10-foot setback, like house to house or from street to house, whereas in Farragut it's 20, right? So just, there are some differences when you're thinking, do I want a Saddlebrook home in Hardin Valley, or do I want to get a Saddlebrook home in Farragut? So just want to point that out to you. Really nice features in a Saddlebrook home, which you don't see in a lot of the big box builders. So Saddlebrook is kind of as close you're going to get to a custom luxury home without having to hire your own contractor, be a project manager, and all those things. If you want to go that route, go for it. I would say that if you're thinking you do want more of a custom built home, but you're not wanting the hassle of that, then a Saddlebrook home is going to be your best option. Because again, yeah, there are 14 floor plans, but of those you've got 3 just traditional old world and then a farmhouse style. So that's even just of one floor plan. The exterior has this option, right? And then within those, you could have a base model, and then from there you could add a 3-car garage. You could add a covered porch. You could add a bathroom upstairs. You could add a bathroom downstairs. You could add possibilities are endless. The other thing to point out is, from lot to finish, you're looking at about 7.5 months. To reserve a lot, you're going to do a non-refundable reservation. If you're not quite sure what you want to do, maybe for whatever reason you're not ready to get under contract, you can reserve the lot. Once you get under contract, you're going to do a deposit on that property. Then you're also going to have your earnest money. So that being said, that's kind of the beginning stages if you start from scratch. And then over the 7.5 months, about 2 weeks once you're under contract, you're going to meet with the person at the design center, and she's going to go over all the customizations that you want to do, all of your finishes that you're going to do. Now, before you do that, obviously you're going to choose your plan, if it's going to be 3-car garage and all those things. So you've got like choosing the lot, choosing the floor plan, or kind of those two go together depending on if you need a 3-car garage or 1 3-car garage. What does that look like? What lots can you have? So you choose that. You get under contract. About 15 days after that, you're going to meet with the design center, make your selections. From there, you're rolling until kind of that close date, essentially. So that is the very, 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 very very reduced version. Also, I do want to say that, like, I'm not a Saddlebrook employee. I don't want to pose as such. I'm not a listing agent for Saddlebrook, so also want to say that, but this is just information that I've gathered with supporting my clients through this kind of trying to find a builder, trying to see whether or not they want to go with Saddlebrook or this or that or whoever. So anyways, just wanted to provide the information about the Grove at Boyd Station. It is a beautiful community. It is certainly a new construction neighborhood where you could most certainly get a Smoky Mountain view. So I hope this has been helpful, and yeah, check out the other information. What's up? Okay, this is Saddlebrook website. We're going to check out Grove at Boyd Station. So if you click on communities, then you're going to say the Grove and see what it says. We are looking for the Grove at Boyd Station. A couple things to notice. Number one, look at this beautiful pool, which means that's an amenity that you're going to have, which is awesome because if you go across the street, Meadows and McFee, that's one of the differences is they're both Saddlebrook properties. Meadows and McFee is smaller. It's just not going to have an amenity like a pool, just as an example. Also notice that it says home starting in the 800s. And you've got a couple things of note. Number one is it's giving you an example of what this looks like. Notice it says that you can see mountain views, and that is literally the truth. If you look at my driving tour, that's a part of this video, you see the mountains. So that's kind of cool. Also want to note, you've got the Grove at Boyd Station restrictions. So if you're curious what those restrictions are going to look like, they're right here on their website for you. So that is a great resource to check out. Another thing is you can see some of the amenities. What does that include? How much land is this going to take up? What are things that this is going to offer for you? And the other thing is if you scroll down, you're going to see the plat map. Now, a couple things. If it's a red dot, it's already sold. All right. From here, if you look at this, I see up to 137. That's another difference between Meadows and McFee and the Grove is the Grove at Boyd Station is much larger. Also, you can see this is where the pool is going to be. If you go drive through there, I also show that in the driving tour. You can see where that pool is going to be. Want to point out to you as well that like this model. So that's going to be where you can go in and kind of see what's the vibe of these properties that are being built. I want to point out to you as well that if you're seeing something that's blue, that's pretty much done. That's a spec home. You're not going to be making changes to that property. For the most part, I don't want to say it's impossible, but I just want to tell you that if it's already listed for sale, you're definitely not making changes. But the cool thing about Saddlebrook is it's going to be as close to custom built that you can get without having to hire the subcontractors, the contractor, I guess the contractor. You're not going to need a project manager. You're not going to have to do all that because Saddlebrook is doing it all for you. So here's your plat map. You can get an idea of what and where these plats are. Also, for those of you that don't want to back up to a neighbor or have a neighbor in your backyard, based on these, you're not really having nobody's backing up to a neighbor as a side note, but also like these back up to trees. So I just want to point that out to you when you're thinking about what plat map might you not want, just something to think about when you're looking at parcels. You can also see like who's larger, like 96 is a bit larger than 97, right? So that's just something to think about as well. But more importantly, if you click download brochure, this is going to have all of the floor plans within the Grove at Boyd Station. Now, a couple things to note. Notice you've got a traditional, you've got an old world, and you've got a farmhouse, right? So same general floor plan, 3 different exterior styles. Also notice 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Why is it saying 3 to 4? Well, if you scroll down and you look at the floor plan, the top is what I call like the base model. It's the traditional, just base model. This is the starting point of this model, of this floor plan, okay? So if we look at this floor plan, we can see that this is a main level master, and we see that there's 2 bedrooms upstairs. So this would be a 3-bedroom house, right? Well, up here it was saying 4 bedrooms. Well, where are we getting that? If you scroll down from this base model, these are additional options, which include a 3-car garage, which include a covered screen porch. You could change what your laundry situation looks like. You could do an optional 4th bedroom and 4th bath. So all of that would be optional to what you're seeing on this base model. Now,
Is that going to be more expensive? Yes, as you're obviously making changes, making additions, whatever. When you speak with the rep, with its listing agent for the Grove at Boyd Station, he will go over all this with you and let you know in the ballpark, what's this going to cost? What would that cost, etc. So just wanted to give you just a quick rundown of what you can find on their website. It depends on, if you're thinking like you for sure want a 3-car garage, if that is a must-have for you, then what you're going to want to do is say that to begin with, because that's going to dictate what lot you can build on. If you absolutely must have a basement, that's going to also dictate which of these lots are going to apply to you. Keep in mind what you might want to build and how, because some lots cannot accommodate all things, right? So that's just a place to start. And then from there, the listing agent can help you decide, okay, well, which one is going to be best, which floor plan, etc. And also, do you need a main level master or not? Do you want a more 2-story traditional home? Must you have a basement? All those things. So that's just some side note, but these floor plans are going to give you a great idea of what's going to be best for you and for your family, what you're looking to build. And you can see that this is more of a 2-story traditional type looking house versus another 2-story type traditional house versus a little more different. You've got the side garage, right? So it's literally just looking through what are options, what might fit what you're trying to build. Something else I wanted to point out to you when you're looking at the Grove is you're going to see listed townhouses, the Grove Towns. And so this is part of the Grove at Boyd Station. These are townhomes, beautiful townhomes. They start in the 600,000s, and you can see where they are in relation to, so they're kind of on the lower section, like the south section of the Grove at Boyd Station. Same thing here. These blue are under construction. The red are already sold. These back here actually have a kind of cool views of the water on this side. There is a train track here, but there's also, this has really kind of got some cool views. So that's just wanted to point out to you that if you're seeing townhomes, they do exist. They are a luxury. They are high level. And then same thing as with the other, when I was showing you the Grove at Boyd Station website, you can see what are the floor plan options, and it's showing you elevation A, elevation B, elevation C, and your overall floor plans. So just wanted to point that out to you. You're also noticing that you've got 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms. So there is some customization, just like if you were to do a single family home, as I showed you from the, look at these options. Optional 5th bed, 4 bath, optional 4 bed, optional 5th bed, and 4 bath, right? So you've got options. So just wanted to show you that as well when it comes to the townhomes, and that is a part of, it's just a little side part of the Grove at Boyd Station. So if you have questions about the Grove at Boyd Station, go check out the Meadows and McFee video if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, or check out the Grove Townhomes, which we briefly touched on, but we also drove through that area as well. So I'm Haley Jones. As always, my goal is for this to be helpful information. So would love your feedback. If you've got questions, the best way to reach out to me is via text, and I will get back to you. Until next time, subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love your support. More importantly, I've got so much more to share with you. Anyways, have a good day.